We are Keka and Manu.
And we're traveling around the world.
Follow us. In today's video, in just 20 minutes, we're going to show you the Golfo Valley from the stunning viewpoints of La Peña and Jinama. We'll also discover the garwe tree and why it was such a magical tree for the Bimbaches, the island's original inhabitants. We'll end the day at the natural pools of La Maceta and spend the night at Charco de Los Sargos. You can't miss it, let's go. We're on the island of El Hierro and we're starting our 3-day journey around the island here at the Mirador de la Peña. El Hierro is the westernmost and southernmost island of the Canary Islands, but it's also where Europe begins or ends, depending on how you look at it.
From here, from El Hierro, from the Mirador de la Peña, our journey around the world begins.
Designed by the renowned Canarian artist César Manrique, this viewpoint is not just a balcony over the Atlantic, but a work of art integrated into nature. From here, the sunrise paints the majestic El Golfo Valley gold, a valley formed by a massive volcanic collapse over 15,000 years ago. Few people know that beneath the viewpoint there are terraced gardens that are still cultivated as they were centuries ago. In 2001, this viewpoint was designated as a site of cultural interest by the government of the Canary Islands, with the category of monument. And as you can see on this sign, scenes from the series Hierro were filmed here. The waters of El Hierro are spectacularly clear, and from where we are, we can see what until recently was the smallest hotel in the world. The Mirador de Jinama overlooks the El Golfo Valley from almost 1,000 meters high. What's interesting is that it doesn't just offer a spectacular view. Right here begins one of the island's most important historic paths, the Camino de Jinama. For centuries, shepherds and farmers walked it on foot with their livestock to take advantage of the different climates between the coast and the summit. In winter, they would go down to the valley in search of warmth, and in summer, they would climb to the highlands in search of coolness and pasture. They say this trail was so tough and steep that those who walked it would usually stop at a specific spot to pray and regain their strength. That place is known as the Cruz de los Reyes. This is the natural elevator for the people of Gore, the route up from the Gulf area that was climbed with much sweat and sacrifice. Here we are with Annie, a fire lookout.
From the J viewpoint, from the JMA viewpoint.
Originally from Peru, but you've already been here for 7 years.
7 years on the island.
And 7 years doing this job.
About 7 years or so doing this job. And a lifetime at the Jinama Viewpoint, which is a strategic spot for all hikers. We have a trail that is 4,388 meters long, which goes down to Frontera, where the Canarian wrestling field and the bell tower are located. So you either go up or down. It's a very beautiful, very old path used by the people of San Andres because it was the route they took when they moved. During these moves, they would bring down goats, donkeys, horses, food. Everything was carried down this path. It was the only path, and they would entrust themselves to the Virgin of Charity so that their journey would go well, and they would go up and down as if it were nothing. And now it's very well known among people who enjoy hiking, the famous Jinama Trail. And well, here we are keeping watch for fires because we have an amazing forest in El Hierro. Really, all of El Hierro is beautiful, lovely. Besides, we have many more trails like the Yania Trail, the water route. Let's see if you get inspired. What is it that you want to do?
So you're keeping a promise and you come, clean the hermitage a little and put flowers in it.
And today is her day, the day of the pine.
Yeah.
What is it? In Gran Canaria, the patron saint of Gran Canaria is celebrated on Pine Day.
Yes, from
Juice also.
Well, even though we're vans and not caravans or motorhomes, we're going to respect the area and park the traveling chola here, just 200 meters from the Garaway tree. Come on, Manu. In El Hierro, where springs barely flowed, there was a tree that did not bear fruit, but did bear water. Its leaves would catch the traveling clouds and turn them into drops that fell as if a spring were born from the sky. The Bimbashes called it Garaway, river of rain. They said that whoever drank from its shade not only quenched their thirst, but was also protected from misfortune. That's where we're headed. They say the secret of the tree was jealously guarded by the Bimbaches. They didn't want anyone to find out, especially not outsiders. But a young Bimbache woman fell in love and apparently revealed the secret. They found it. Alright, we're inside the grounds now. It's about €2.50 for adults. €1.50 if you're a Canary Islands resident. And now a short path and soon we'll be seeing the famous Garaway. Fate was whimsical. In 1610, a hurricane uprooted the Garaway tree. But its memory was so powerful that centuries later, the people of El Hierro planted another in its place, this time a linden tree, so it would never die. The legend of the tree that wept water. Today, the Garaway still appears on the coat of arms of El Hierro as a reminder that a tree can be more valuable than a spring.
A visit you can't miss. The Garaway tree.
We're heading down to Pozo de las Calcosas, a small fishing hamlet. The roof is made of what they call colmo, which is rice straw, very typical in traditional Canarian architecture. The most impressive thing we've read about this little hamlet is that when the tide rises, it covers all the pools. From up here, it looks completely abandoned. We're going to head down to the natural pools, as you can see, formed by lava, and when we get down there, we'll find out if there's any sign of human life or if the hamlet is abandoned. Let's go. Well, the way down isn't for everyone. Actually, more than the way down is the way up that's not for everyone. And well, I think it's time to introduce our new addition, right? There are two of us out here in the world. And Lunita, well, we really thought hard about whether to bring her along on this adventure. She's part of the family. She's been blind for 14 years. She's deaf, and well, we thought it would be too much hustle and bustle for her to travel around the world. But for now, she's coming along thanks to Manolo, who carries her on these journeys. Because since she's blind, she can't see anything, and it's impossible to take her for a walk. Let's see, may she be with us for a long time? May she enjoy it? And well, for now, there are 3 of us out there in the world. Here, I'll show you the way down so you can see what's waiting for us on the way back up. But well, no rush, and discovering the most beautiful corners of the Canary Islands today in El Hierro.
If you make it all the way down here and you've forgotten your tobacco, that day you're not smoking.
As long as you don't forget your water bottle. The good thing about these places is that we're going to be practically alone. Here you can already see the rooftops I was talking about a moment ago, thatched roofs. And here, for many years, the fishermen from El Hierro used to take shelter. It looks like no one has taken shelter here for a very long time. Well, we don't really know what this is like in the summer, but right now, just after summer, the weather is fantastic. And as you can see, there are just a handful of us here. Hello? We don't know if these are abandoned or if there are still people living around here. Well, once you're down here, it seems, judging by the towels, the surroundings, and even houses with lights. Hello? Hello? It's likely that some of the cabins are inhabited. Look, it doesn't look like it from above, but there are definitely houses that are lived in, even though from above it doesn't seem that way. This is the climb that awaits us. And finally, wow, how wonderful. It's true that the sea is a bit rough, so we're obviously going to play it safe and go to the calmest one. Be careful with the Canarian seas, with the Atlantic Ocean. In the Canary Islands, the Atlantic Ocean is very treacherous. When you arrive somewhere and you don't see people swimming, when you see the sea like this, be suspicious. Don't go in the water.
What?
We have a lot of drownings throughout the year due to carelessness. What do you think? For now?
It's truly impressive. You see the enormous, powerful waves so incredibly close, It genuinely feels like it's going to completely sweep you away at any moment. But the substantial protective wall they've meticulously built here for essential protection. Just look at that absolutely massive, towering wave.
In any case, we're definitely not going any further forward, just to be absolutely sure. And we are going to take a refreshing dip right here in this very spot. All right then, let's go and enjoy ourselves. Aren't you going to jump in? No.
Well, there you go. You have to do it without overthinking it.
Well, I'm going to think about it a little more.
Here we are at the little pool. The sea is rough, but here in the little pool, it's spectacular. The water is amazing. So nice. Come on, let's go.
It's the Atlantic, it's chilly, and some of us have a bit more tolerance for the cold. A little more. Another one. But anyway, the ground beneath us is essentially molten lava, mixed thoroughly with fine abrasive sand, and we are about to venture directly into it. Come on out, let's go ahead and proceed. Let's check over there. Let's get a little bit closer, without being overly fearful or completely reckless. Finding a careful balance between the two extremes. Just a friendly reminder that the beautiful waters surrounding El Hierro are truly world-renowned for exceptional snorkeling and diving. They're some of the most incredibly clean waters you'll find anywhere in the entire world. And here you can clearly see the water is absolutely crystal clear. Well, it's confirmed. Even though from above we thought the hamlet was completely abandoned. From down here you realize it's a totally different scene. Look, Manolo, film over here. We've got what is almost a two-story building, lots of renovated and refurbished terraces. Over there we can see houses that are fully livable, a fantastic apartment right on the beachfront, and yes, there is definitely life in Pozo de la Calcosa. Well, we've actually run into some guys who usually spend their summers here in the area, and they were telling us that the sea here in winter is terrible. You can't swim here in winter, can you?
No, impossible, because it comes right up to the houses. It's impossible to swim.
So the water covers all of this?
All of it. There was one year, where's the statue? The water reached all the way to the statue.
Okay, so really people only spend their summers here and maybe during Easter?
Yes, more or less, yes.
Okay, and have these houses ever been swept away by the water?
No, never. They're built with a strong material, so they're not going to break.
Okay, and are there usually fishermen here throughout the year? And about the fishermen, are there fishermen here?
Yes, he's the one who fishes the most here, and the grandfather too.
Because this was originally a fishing hamlet from what we read. Perfect.
Now we understand why you have to go upstairs to enter all the houses, and it's for the very reason the guide just explained. When winter comes, the water reaches up to here, and well, if the houses were lower, the water would get inside. That's why they're all built up high.
It's truly incredible to imagine, but the local guide explicitly told us that during one particular year, the water levels actually reached all the way up to this very spot here. As you can clearly observe, this would mean it must have practically and almost completely covered the entire area of the Pozo de las Calcosas. Well, let's keep going. What's left for us?
What's left for us? A really, really nice climb.
One of those climbs I really like. Come on, who's afraid? We are at the natural pools of La Maceta, perhaps the most famous, best known and most visited natural pools on El Hierro island. They were formed by lava that cooled when it reached the sea, and then, over time, the sea's erosion has continued to shape the lava. Interestingly, as we've been told, and precisely because of the strength of the sea, every year they erode a bit more and their shape changes slightly. Yes, it's a place like almost all the ones we visited today, and as you can see, there are lots of camper vans. But the best part is that there's a free parking lot with a waste disposal point right here, just next to the pools. Now we are exactly in El Golfo. You might remember that this morning we were filming from up there at the Jinama Viewpoint. So Manolo, what do you think of the island so far?
Everything we've seen today is super beautiful, and we've only been here one day. It's spectacular. Honestly, El Hierro is really worth it, and we haven't even seen anything yet.
And it's here at Charco de Los Sargos where we end our first and very intense day exploring the north of El Hierro island. We couldn't swim because the sea was rough, but this little spot is definitely worth a visit.
What do you think of the place we've chosen to spend our first night? Look at this wonder.
Such a powerful energy, the same as the Atlantic Ocean. We didn't get the best sunset, but the place is so intense. It has such a beautiful energy that you don't need anything else.
There's no five-star hotel we'd trade for this.
No, we'll spend the entire night right here, and we'll wake up bright and early tomorrow morning in this beautiful Frontera Gulf, El Hierro, a truly remarkable place.